dark stars and lava lamp lights. Nostalgia Mania, let your memories fly. Toys R Us tears in a surge soda high. From hair gel spikes to butterfly clips, we're bringing it back, no skips, just hits. Nostalgia Mania, come take the trip.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome in to episode 49 of Nostalgia Mania. I am your host, the real Josh Elliott. With me, as always, Brian J. Baby! What's up, sir? How are you doing this week?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Doing good. We've got a back here Wednesday night. It's feeling good, man. Back to where we started doing Nostalgia Mania. As you know, that show that we cover the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s nostalgic movies and wrestling shows that made that era absolutely unforgettable. We're on episode 49. Appreciate Brody Hall for tuning in. Already in the house. We got some viewership. Comment in the chat. Let us know you're here. We're covering the iconic movie from the late 90s, and that is Rush Hour. Man, cannot wait for this. Were you a big Rush Hour fan in the 90s?
I was. It was a very entertaining movie. We'd watch it when it was on. It wasn't one that we rented all the time, but we definitely watched our fair share of it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this came out in 1998. So I was 11, just turned 11 years old in 98. So before we jump into that, appreciate everybody for tuning in. If you're watching live on YouTube or on Facebook, we're live each and every week at JSE Studios. Go give us a like and a follow there. Share it if you can. We're also on every podcast platform, specifically Apple and Spotify, but we're on Stitcher. We're on all the other platforms you can get podcasts. We're there usually a day or so later after the live stream, but come join the show each Wednesday night at around 8:15 to 8:30. We go live and you can join in on the conversation. Last week's episode, man, Shaun of the Dead. One of your favorites. It was one of our better episodes, I think. We had some good conversations back and forth. If you guys missed that, that's on our video library on YouTube. It's also on podcast. You can go check that out. We've also got Remember the Titans up there. We've got all of our previous wrestling episodes and everything that's coming in the future. We're, 3 episodes away from the 1-year anniversary.
Yeah, not too long.
It's crazy.
Brody
Time flies.
Brody has Stitchamania? No?
Stitchamania. Who's Stitchamania? Oh, wait a minute. The co-host that we had for 20-plus episodes.
Yes, sir.
Could we see a return of Stitchamania on a 52nd episode?
It's possible.
Highly doubtful. Which one of you all kicked me? Jason Wallace in the house. Also another co-host. I think we might be able to get a Jason Wallace appearance on our 52nd episode.
I will say this, Jason. I have no control over this streaming, so that would only leave someone I'm not mentioning.
Well, hey, I'm in my spot that I normally am, so you are in a spot that he once filled. So, I mean, I'm just saying.
I mean, I thought, kicked off the stream, but no.
No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, we are here talking about Rush Hour, man. This is a fun one. I went back and watched it. Hadn't seen it in a while, and we're going to kind of dive into that. But before we do, I want to first say that we will be doing the retro recast as we do each and every week. The graphic is now up on your screen for the live streamers. We are going to recast the 2 main characters, the only 2 that matter in this movie, Lee and Carter. If this movie was made in 2025, who would you cast in these 2 roles? We will cover that at the end of this episode, just like we do each and every movie. So get your picks in if you're here in the live stream. Who would you cast in the roles of Lee and Carter? It's a tough one, but I had a lot of fun with this one. Had a lot of fun.
I have faith in you this week, Brody. I have faith in you, man.
And Jason is in the house tonight. So, Jason, get your pick. Start thinking about it. And tell us who you would cast in these 2 roles if you were making the movie today in 2025. That's a new segment here on Nostalgia Mania. So, just think about it and post a comment. We will highlight it at the end of the show when we do a retro recast. Also, before we jump into it, since we got some viewership, we're going to advertise our upcoming episodes. Next week is our wrestling episodes, the last episode of September, and we are going to cover on episode 50, we're covering Monday Night Raw from August 11th, 1997. And I know this isn't really in September, but we wanted to cover this because we just covered the NWO formation in July. So we wanted to cover D-Generation X and the first time that they teamed together, and that was on this episode of Monday Night Raw. As you can tell there from the DX logo, that's happening next week. It's a Monday Night Raw episode. We have not covered a Raw, so it's going to be fun to go back and kind of watch what was happening in WWF at that time. Also, we're going to kind of touch to see what was happening on the other channel as well. You know, this is the midst of the Monday Night War. So,
a lot of interesting stuff back then.
It was, and they were the heat of the battle too. This is right before it got real hectic there, in the midst of them 82 weeks. So
83.
83 weeks, 84 weeks. Yeah, I don't know. 80-something weeks. Go ask Eric Bischoff. He'll tell you exactly.
It was 83. Yeah.
It was 83 weeks. All right. And then before we jump right into this, guys, we have a quick video package to play for you, and then we will jump into Rush Hour. This is going to tell us we have our entire October already planned. So let's take a look at what the episodes are going to be in October, and then we'll jump into Rush Hour. Right, that's it. It's gonna be a fun October of shows. We're gonna cover Hocus Pocus, Stephen King's It, Beetlejuice, and of course, we're gonna have Halloween Havoc, and we're going to 1997, which is gonna be a fun episode to relive. Age in a Cage, as they called the main event, Hulk Hogan versus Rowdy Piper. It's gonna be a fun reliving that one because I did watch that one live. So.
I'm excited about Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio.
Yes, that top 5 all-time favorite matches of all time.
The reason I suggested that one was because of that match. Yeah.
Yep. And also in the mix there, we got our 1-year anniversary that's happening in 3 weeks. So going to be a fun next few weeks. Now, let's jump into the main event of the evening, and that is Rush Hour. And we're going to start each and every episode like we do every single week with a premise. Brian J., tell us, what was Rush Hour about? Okay,
so in the beginning, I missed the first 10 minutes when I was rewatching. From what I remember, what is his name? Lee and his partner Han were going after a drug dealer, and they went in to get him, and they didn't actually find him, but they found his second in command. And I think it was 6 months later or whatever, Han's daughter goes missing when he's in the United States. Because Han came over to the United States, and then Lee comes over to help him find her, and gets involved with the shenanigans.
That he does. So this movie was released, as we said, in September of 1998, and this is, as we know, as we've become well accustomed to Jackie Chan movies, he did all of his stunts in this movie, as he does most of his movies. I don't know if you looked any of this stuff up or did any research, but this was actually, he was hesitant to do Rush Hour because he didn't think that Americans wanted to see him come over and try to speak all that dialogue. They thought he just wanted to see him action, kicking someone's ass. They didn't want him to come over and actually have a speaking role. But he did a damn good job.
Oh yeah, it was early in his career too. So I mean, like, as far as American goes, like, this was, I believe, one of the first ones that was made for America. In English.
100%. Yeah, because everything else that was made in or transferred to America, he would speak in his native language, but then he would actually do the voiceovers, dubbing over his own voice in English. This is the first time he did it in studio.
Which, let's be honest, that had to have been really weird.
What? Dubbing over your own voice?
Dubbing over your own voice, like, I couldn't imagine.
I mean, it was probably it probably made it, I don't know. I'm sure you've seen some clips where the voice does not sound anything like the person in the movie. So, I mean, also, man, Chris Tucker knocked it out of the park and had a lot of improvised lines. I wish I had some of them written down, but a lot of the lines were improvised, which kind of made it fun on set, especially for Jackie Chan, who's solely focused on trying to speak correctly. For his first time doing it, basically. So, and
the way they meshed together was perfect. And you can see, if you watch, a lot of times after the movies, they have the like the outtakes and the goof ups, and those two are so funny together. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny because there was one goof that they were trying. It was in the plane where he was speaking Chan's language, and he only had 2 words to say, and Chris Tucker kept messing it up. Like, and he goes, "What are you talking?" Because I spoke the whole movie in English. You can't say 2 words.
It's hilarious.
It was great. It was great. So this movie had a budget of $33 million, and I don't know if there's a movie that we've done that had more success and more money made in the box office than this one, because the worldwide gross, now this is worldwide, so obviously it did well in both America and overseas, but the entire world is $244 million that this movie made in the box office with just a $33 million budget.
Back then,
killed it.
Crazy.
Killed it. Like, it's insane. And I want to list some of these movies that were released around the same time. In chat, you're here. Let me pull open. I'm kind of ignoring the chat here. Jackie Chan, super funny. Jason Wallace, excited about it. That's the week after our 1-year anniversary show. So if you have fun, maybe we'll have you on the following week. We'll talk about it.
Yes, definitely.
So let me get these. Or bring that chat up on the screen. There you go. So now I don't have to worry about bringing up the chat all the time. So your comments will show on the bottom right-hand side of the screen. Here's some of the movies that were released around the same time as Rush Hour. Let me know if you've seen it and what you think of each movie, just briefly. There's Something About Mary.
Seen it. It was decent. I think not one of my favorites, but it was good.
Agreed. Here's one of my favorites, The Waterboy.
Excellent.
Excellent movie.
Yep, just saw it again a couple weeks ago.
I did too. So I watched it at the same time. Yep.
The wife and I watched it on a Saturday.
Yep. Lethal Weapon 4.
It's been forever since I've seen that one. Couldn't tell you what it was about.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen the 4th one, honestly.
Same basic outline, I'm sure. But
yeah. What about Blade?
Blade, I really liked. I was a big fan of Blade.
Yep. Yeah. And then last one I got right now is Armageddon.
I seen it once. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
yeah,
just wasn't a big deal to me.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty much right on pace with you for those. I think that this movie, Rush Hour, from a box office standpoint, I didn't write any of those other ones down, blew every single one of them out of the water, and probably blew them out of the water combined. I don't know. The Waterboy was phenomenal. So was Blade. But for that, I mean, again, I don't think we've had any movie that's come anywhere close to that worldwide gross.
No,
Jackie
not
Chan
yet.
was on fire at this time.
Mhm.
So, all right, Jason, I see it. You got your first one up. Give me your second for Carter, and we will bring your names up at the end of the show. So let's take a look at the cast and characters, man. We already talked about the first two: Jackie Chan as Inspector Lee and Chris Tucker as James Carter. And you mentioned it a little bit, but I don't know if you'd be able to find two actors to play these roles at that time and do better than what they did.
No, I doubt that.
And Jackie Chan had Chris Tucker was hilarious throughout the whole movie. Had very good comedic timing. And then Jackie Chan kind of played, just piggybacked off of what he was doing. Like I said, a lot of it was improvised, and Jackie played really, really well. And it was just super funny to watch throughout.
Excellent.
You also had Tom Wilkinson. He played Wan Tao. I'm gonna mispronounce Tizzy May as Solo Han. Julia Su was Su Young Han, and Elizabeth Pena played Tanya. So,
you forgot Chris Penn was also in it.
he was. He wasn't. I forgot, dude. I don't know why I completely glossed over him.
Yeah. He played Clive Codd.
Oh, Clive Codd. Man, I don't know why I missed him. That's crazy. So, from what you remember growing up and even through the rewatch, what were some of your favorite scenes in the movie?
A lot of my scenes were, a lot of my favorite scenes were linked to the quotes.
Go ahead. Yeah. We got a quote section. Let's do them both at the same time.
If you don't mind, we can do them at the same time.
Yeah.
The first one was Chris Tucker was speaking in Lee's language, and Lee leans in and said, "You just invited them to get naked and sacrifice a small goat." I don't know why that always got me. And it was just because he was trying to flirt with girls, and then he got the half of it right. I mean, come on. That was probably one of my favorite scenes of the entire movie. Another one I like because I like this quote. Says, "I like to let people talk, or I like to let people talk who like to talk. It lets me find out how full of shit they are."
I love that scene, man.
Yeah, and it's like, it's just a great scene and a great line for that scene. And then, of course, do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Which everybody knows, because he's still kind of like assuming he doesn't know English, and that scene just cracks you up,
Yeah, because that was toward the beginning when he first picked up Lee at the airport, and he just screamed, "Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?" And really, that's the quote that everybody can identify this movie with.
Absolutely, yeah.
I mean, you don't have to even have seen the movie to know where it's from or who said it, honestly. But yeah, man, just kind of piggybacking. I love the bus scene where Lee kind of escapes and gets on that city bus, and Carter chases him down. Finally gets up there, and he's waving the gun around, and the people's freaking out, and
everybody's just like hitting the deck.
Yeah, he goes, "Oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it." And Lee jumps up and grabs the street sign, and every way to get away from Carter, he did. Just outsmarting him the whole time.
That's funny.
I love the outside of the pool hall before they went in, where they're kind of waiting and kind of scoping it out.
Yeah,
and that's where they kind of start to bond a little bit. And he's showing them how to dance and how to sing, and Lee starts singing. What is he good for? By War.
War, yeah.
He goes, "You don't know nothing about war." And he goes, "Everybody knows war."
Everybody knows war. What are you talking about? Everybody knows war. There's so many lines that throughout the entire movie that like Lee will have or Carter will have. Like another one, like when they're in the when they're on the plane and Lee has the headphones on and he says something about like he's singing a song or rapping and he says, "We can hang at my crib. I will show you my hood." And Carter's just like looking at him like, "What the fuck?" Or like when they're driving in the car and they're talking about music and Lee's like says something about Beach Boys and he's like, "Beach Boys are great American music."
Yeah.
Like just all the little lines that like you don't necessarily get the first time you watch it, but like you watch it again and again and they start hitting you and you're like, oh, you just nonstop laughing.
Yeah. I ended up rewinding it and watching the bulk, like probably the bulk of the movie, which is toward the center, where they're, actively, they finally found, was it Juntao? Is that how you, Juntao. When they finally found him and they were starting to chase and try to find the girl, I rewound it because I watched it all the way to the end, but I had a lot of stuff going on in the background where I wasn't fully focused on it. So I went and rewound it. And like you said, I was like, you miss some stuff if you don't sit there and heavily focus on some of the things. And like one of the ones that kind of came to me was my absolute favorite scene. I don't know if the same quote was when they're in the restaurant upstairs and Carter is in there with everybody and they got him at gunpoint and they're holding him down and someone kicks him in the face and he just looks right and goes, "All right, question, which one of you kicked me?"
which one of you kicked me?
And then they pointed and then he fakes him out and does a couple of kicks and punches and
yeah, it's hilarious.
Yeah. And then that was the first time that they had fought together, right? Was upstairs at the
I think
restaurant?
so, yeah. Yeah.
And they worked pretty well together, man. Like
another line is, "That's my CD. Don't you ever touch a Chinese man's CD."
Dude, this is I like the ending, man. Like when they're in the where were they at that? It was the banquet hall or something, like
yeah. Banquet hall.
And where he's climbing up going upstairs trying to get to the roof to escape. And they end up Lee is going every which way except for the way the guy went, right? He's climbing up pillars and climbing on top of things and then he ends up hanging onto a like a air ventilation pipe or something. And it was just kind of a cool visual to look from down below up, and you see the guy fall and die at the end. But then when Lee falls, you see Carter grab the banner or whatever, or curtain, and that's how he ends up surviving. And then comes face first, crotch first, right to Carter's face at the end. I mean, I couldn't say more great things about it, man. I mean,
it's a great
movie is, would you say this is one, like, could you name a better, I wouldn't say necessarily better, but as good or close to as good Jackie Chan movie? I know he's got a lot of great ones as far as ones that are more Americanized, I guess you could say.
The Americanized ones, no. I did like The Legend of Drunken Master, though. It was really good, and I believe that was shot over there and brought over to the U.S.
I don't know
Which
that I've
is
seen.
he in that movie he can fight, but he can only fight when he's drunk. Like, so if he tries to fight sober, he always loses.
Interesting.
But yeah, no, this is probably the best one. The franchise is. I mean, the whole thing's good.
Yeah, because they made 3, right? Rush Hour 2 and 3.
And there's been rumors of 4, but I don't know if that's going to happen.
Have you ever seen? It's been a long time. Have you ever seen any of the ones with him and Owen Wilson? Shanghai Nights and Shanghai Noon.
I think I saw the first one.
I don't even know which one was first.
So long. Like, we're going way back.
I think I've only seen each one of them once. I couldn't even tell you. But I just remember him and Owen Wilson playing in a halfway similar kind of type movie where it's kind of funny but a lot of action too. So,
I haven't seen that. Clip me for saying what, Brody? I know that was a while ago, but
yeah, I'll have to go back to the time queue. This was 8:45, so I'll go check.
If it was funny, they'll clip it for us.
Yeah. Yep. So speaking of Rush Hour 2 and 3, man, did you watch either one of them?
Yes.
So
I think I only saw 3 once or twice, but 2's quite a bit.
So I'm the same way. I think I've only seen both of them once, and that was it. I'm not a big, and I've said this many times, I'm not a big multi-time watcher of movies unless I really, 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 really love it. Like I just will watch it once, and it's not because I just don't. I don't know why. Right. I just don't sit and watch movies very often. But so Rush Hour 2 was released in 2001. 4 years after the first one.
Yeah.
So Lee and Carter head to Hong Kong and stumble into a counterfeit money scheme tied to a triad boss. Bigger stunts, more comedy, and stronger chemistry. So that was Rush Hour 2.
And I believe they go to the Lakers game at the end.
They do. Yeah. Was it it was Lakers.
Yep, because he wanted to see the Lakers.
Yep. And then Rush Hour 3 in 2007. The duo reunites in Paris after an assassination attempt on the Chinese ambassador leads them to global conspiracy. I think I've only seen Rush Hour 3 once. I don't even hardly remember it.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I may have seen bits and pieces of it about a year or two ago.
Yep. So, phenomenal franchise. Big money for both of these guys for all 3 movies. This is and if they make I think it would be a great thing to bring. I say a great thing. I mean, I always say bringing something back, especially from the 90s, is overdone nowadays.
It's tough.
And it is very tough. But they could probably do it and still make it pretty entertaining and still be believable that these 2 guys would probably whoop your ass,
Yeah. Let's be honest. They don't make movies anymore that are original. They go back and remake everything. So it's a very good possibility they might.
Yep. Rush Hour 4. Could happen.
Well, let's do it.
Could happen. Man. So anything else you wanted to add about this movie? Should anybody want to go back and watch?
Other than everybody just needs to go back and watch it. Want a good laugh and some action? This is a good movie for it.
Speaking of which, this one was on Netflix, and I got the big flag that says this. You only have until September 30th to watch Rush Hour. It's getting removed off of Netflix.
Yep. So, then you'll probably have to catch it on Hulu.
Yeah, Hulu and Disney. Yep. Merged, right?
Yes, it's Hulu, Disney, and ESPN.
They're all on Disney now, right? There's not a separate app for all of them.
They're all on Disney. Yeah. But
So
I mean, you can still use the other apps.
oh, you can? Okay.
Yeah. Well, I've got it, so
Nice.
that's how we do things. And if you can't find it anywhere, always check Tubi.
Yes.
Tubi
I
has
did
a lot
download-
of great stuff.
Yep. Yeah, we were actually watching. The kids asked me to pull up. Dude, it's crazy. My youngest, specifically, but also Justin as well, and really all three of them, but it's mostly Justin and Jared. They are super into Power Rangers now. The original OG.
Nice.
We have been watching this from season 1. We're in season 3 now, I think.
Mhm.
And you see the transition from, and again, we're going to have a Power Rangers episode. You see the transition from the original cast to post-movie cast, because they change a couple of the Rangers.
Oh, yeah.
And then I think there's even now in season 3, one of them's changed again. I can't remember.
There's a lot that went on with Power Rangers. I'll just say that behind the scenes that they had to.
I didn't
stuff
know
like
that.
It's
Until-
a big thing. Yeah.
Yeah, until recently. I didn't know that until I watched the original Jason and the original Zach have that interview.
Yep.
And I'm
You
like,
saw the
man.
same thing.
I did not know that happened.
No, it's crazy.
So, because Trini, I think it was, yeah. Anyway, we'll have a Power Rangers episode.
Yeah, we definitely will. But Bulk and Skull here. Whichever one's which, we don't know. But
Well, I'm the bulk, you're the skull. How about that?
or vice versa, doesn't matter
Whichever
to
one,
me.
yeah.
We're the comedy relief here.
But sorry, I got sidetracked. Tubi,
Yep.
we were watching. They asked me to watch Scooby Doo, so I searched it
Yep.
on Roku, and it came up on Tubi. So we started watching it tonight. Actually, they'd seen it a few other times, but I didn't realize it was on Tubi. So
Well, and you can actually go back on Tubi, and we might have an episode on Tubi. Who knows? They actually have like old, like Saturday morning cartoons. I know Tom and Jerry's on there for sure, and
love Tom and Jerry.
they have a lot of old like 60s, 70s, 80s movies that when be brutally honest, when I am away for work on work trips, Tubi's usually what I watch. I'll find some like old 80s movies or 70s or 90s and
Yeah.
just throw on Tubi and I'm good.
Yeah, I that would be probably something I need to start looking into. I normally either log into Netflix or something that's because it's preloaded, or I just literally get home, eat dinner, and then I just scroll through my phone until I am tired enough to go to sleep.
I get back to the hotel room and I either watch wrestling and when wrestling's over, I turn it on Tubi.
Yep.
Until like 10, 10:30, 11, whatever. Go to sleep. But yeah, that's my deal is just hit up Tubi and watch.
There you go. All right. We are ready for the next segment of the show that we do each and every week. Your favorite segment of the show,
Yes.
the Retro Recast, which, as a reminder, we're going to recast Lee and Carter. But before we do, let's jump into the intro as we play each and every week. Let's Retro Recast.
Idiot! Wrestling's not fake!
Run, Forrest, run! Run, Forrest!
I'll be back.
Hey, Gary, check it out. It's the Retro Recast.
That's right. The Retro Recast is back, just like we are each and every week. We're going to recast Rush Hour as if we were recasting it today in 2025. Lee and Carter, who are you going to recast if this movie was made today? Here we go. Brian J. is frozen and he gone. So let's bring me back. I don't like being that close. That's way too big on a screen. So we're going to single-handedly finish out this show tonight. unless Brian J gets back in here. I have his picks, so we're gonna show them here in a minute. Before we do, each and every one of you can submit your picks for Retro Recast on any social media platform or on our podcasts. Just comment on those podcast platforms, and we will display your answers, just like we're going to do for these next 3. Every single week, Jen Irwin submits her picks, and it's no different here. She selected Henry Golding for Lee, and I'm going to absolutely butcher this one. Kuti Gatwa? Brian J., you're back on the screen. Do you have any idea who the second one is?
I do not.
I should have Googled that one because that was the first one that I was submitted. So I have no. Now we're in a weird. There we go.
No recollection of that name.
Yeah.
Sorry, computer decided to restart. So it is not liking me today.
You're good. That's the second time. It's all good.
Yep.
Just so we are clear, I'm going to bring this up. I would not recast this movie, but since I'll play along, John Chow and Mike Epps.
All right.
Like it.
Yep. I like Mike Epps.
Yeah.
Chow. Yep.
Yep. Jason Wallace, former co-host of the Nostalgia Mania. He says Jet Li and Kevin Hart.
Good picks.
Very good picks.
Both of them.
Phenomenal picks.
Yes, sir.
We're going to jump over to Alyssa. Again, I know Jay Farrow for Carter. I'm not familiar with the first one. Asano is the last name.
Neither am I.
Tadanobu Asano for Lee. But Jay Farrow is a great pick for Carter.
Yeah, absolutely.
We've also got a submission over on the Discord, and this is Hunter Dillon's Discord. Go check him out if you have not already. Ooh, Jet Li again. Jet Li and Chris Rock. So we've got 2 Jet Lis. We've got a Chris Rock, Jay Farrow. All right.
I like it. I'm liking them.
I do. I like them as well.
Keep them coming.
Like them as well. Again, don't forget, I will post these recast every week, and you guys just comment on that photo, and we will screenshot it and submit it up on the show each and every week. I will. Do you want to go first, or want me to go first?
Yeah, you went first last time, so it's only fair I'll go first this time.
All right.
So let me preface this by saying Josh liked when I cast this way for one of our other movies, so I decided to this time because to me, this duo makes sense.
Let's bring them up.
I am going to cast Lucy Liu and Leslie Jones. I think they would both play the roles really well, especially Leslie Jones.
Yeah, I was Without a Paddle was the movie that we covered, and you casted an all-women's cast. I think this would be a great one, honestly.
Oh yeah,
would be a hilarious duo, in my opinion.
I think it would be more comedy than action, but it would be very good.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. And speaking of comedy rather than action, my picks are exactly the same as that. I went with more of a comedy rather than being able to do the physical, the physicality of the part. Yep. But my picks are Bobby Lee as Lee, and also Kevin Hart, who Jason picked earlier as Carter. I think this duo would play a phenomenally funny movie, and they could probably do some movie magic to make them look like they're beating the shit out of everybody. But
I think it'd be great.
Yeah, this would be a pretty funny movie. So
absolutely hilarious.
Yep. So Kevin Hart was popular choice. Jet Li was a popular choice. So appreciate Alyssa, Jen, Hunter Dillon, Brody Hall, Jason Wallace, Brian J, all doing the retro recast. It's one of my favorites. I have fun trying to think of characters and actors to play different roles each week. So,
Every time.
we got to do something fun next week, man. Brody brought up a pretty fun idea for next week about, instead of recasting, because we're doing a wrestling show, trying to come up with a different DX. I don't know. We'll think about it.
Yeah, we'll think about it. I'm not opposed to that at all.
Yeah, I think we'll do something similar. So, all right, let's jump into the before we close out. We're gonna do our quick rankings, and I'm not even gonna worry about keeping score here. We'll just do it on the fly. So,
Sure.
Rush Hour. Where would you rank from 0 to 10? 0 being the worst, 10 being the best, on the story and the plot?
I 9. I
Big
thought it was,
fan of the plot, huh?
thought it was really, really good.
Little girl gets kidnapped, and you got to go save her.
Yeah, back then, drug cartels, they do that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I agree. I'm going to give it a I'll go with an 8 on the story. I was a big fan of it. I'll go next on the next one. Characters, acting quality, character development, chemistry. I think on a sole quality and chemistry together, it was top notch. I'm gonna go 8. I'm gonna go 8.5 on characters.
Yep,
What about you?
I was also going to go 8.5, 9.
All right.
Mhm.
So would you what movie genre would you? I know it's a duel because it's a comedy and an action, I guess you could say. What would you more so put this in, an action or a comedy?
Action, I think.
Okay.
Action with a lot of comedy.
So from an action movie standpoint,
Mhm.
0 to 10, where would you rank this from the movie genre?
I give it an 8.
An 8? Yeah. I'm going to go a little bit low. I'm going to go 7.5. So I'm not knocking it at all, because still 7.5 is pretty damn good. But
Yep.
I'll go 7.5 on the action. What about? And I'll go entertainment value. For me, I was entertained the entire movie.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go as close to a 9 as you can get. So I will put it as a 9 for entertainment value.
Yep. I was going to say 9 on it.
Yep. And then how about the ending? The satisfaction, emotional payoff, how well it wraps up the story.
With its funny moments and all, I 8.5.
8.5? Yep. I will probably put this at a. I'll probably put it at a set. I'll probably put it as a 7.5 on mine. So, Brody says this movie is a 5 out of 5. So he went. We're rating that at 10. We're rating that at a 10, and he just said this movie's a 5. So.
Oh, great, Brody.
He clarified out of 5. So it's a phenomenal movie. Great part of anybody's childhood who was born in the early 90s, and probably has a bigger nostalgia rating than people who may be a little bit older or I guess really younger who didn't grow up with this. But Brian J., from a nostalgia standpoint, close this bad boy out. Where would you put it on the nostalgia rating?
I love this movie, but I'm going to go. I have to say 4. It has pretty high nostalgia rating.
Loved it growing up. Big part of your, not necessarily childhood, but big part of you growing up and being a young adult, I guess you could say.
Early adulthood, yes.
Early adulthood. There you go. All right. And then I'm going to put it at a. I'm going to put it as a 3. Not saying I didn't watch it. I was 11 when this came out. I didn't come to love this until I was a little bit older, probably 2000s. I probably watched this right around the time Rush Hour 2 came out, and I watched the original, and then I watched the second one, kind of back to back almost. So I'll put this as a 3. Brody Hall. That was a joke, fellas. Anyway, I know. Here we are, man. Into the show. I'm trying to get this. I think I've done this before. Get that off the screen. Anything last second things to chat about before we close episode 49 out? Getting out of the 40s and into our 50s.
Getting up there. A couple more episodes. No, just keep coming back, supporting us, have fun with us. We got a lot more to go. Long ways. Lot of movies to review. A lot of wrestling to cover. Just keep joining.
What do we got next week, Brian J?
We have Raw that DX formed. Not necessarily using the name DX yet, but the formation of them.
Yep. The main event you can see right there on the screen. We're going to see the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, taking on Mick Foley, which was the event and was the match that you see the first teaming, I guess you could say, of DX without being known as DX, like you said. And it wasn't until, when did the name D-Generation X? Was it after the Montreal Screwjob?
It wasn't too long after this Raw.
Didn't Bret Hart call them degenerates, and that's kind of what sparked it?
Yeah. I'll have to look it up, but I'm pretty sure it's not long after this episode.
Yeah, I think it was, and I could be wrong. Brody probably knows more than I do. I was watching the other show at the time, so I don't know my, reasoning for a lot of WWF stuff, but I do remember Bret Hart calling Shawn Michaels a degenerate, or calling them a degenerate. I just don't remember if they were already being called D-Generation X or not. I don't think they were.
Not right away.
Yeah. So, with that being said, that is our next week's episode 50, as we get into our 50s. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. If you do not know already, or if you're listening on the podcast platform, we are live each and every Wednesday night, at least through the fall. We might go back to Tuesdays at some point, but right now through the fall season, we are on Wednesday nights between 8:15 and 8:30 when we go live each and every week on YouTube and Facebook at JSE Studios 816. You can also find us on Instagram, TikTok, X, and Twitch, all at JSE Studios 816. You can also find us at podcast platforms. Just search Nostalgia Mania. You're going to see the logo at the top of the screen. The Zelda Link to the Past logo, that is us. Give us a like and a share and a follow. We would greatly appreciate it. We would rather you, if whatever platform you're on, the two that we want to promote the most, if you were into these two items, is YouTube and on the podcast, either Apple or Spotify, those two platforms. So yes, we love your Facebook and the Twitches and everything else, but if you want to, go to YouTube, go to the podcast, give us some love on those. That's about it. Brian J, where can everybody find you on social media?
As I stated under my name, you can find me at this name on X, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram.
Like it.
And just be warned, you will see a lot of goofy shit. At least on TikTok and Instagram.
We love the goofy shit over here at Nostalgia Mania. So, all right. That about does it. We're almost to the 1 hour mark. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Jason Wallace, Broderick Hall in the chat. As always, I am your host, the real Josh Elliott. This is my co-host, Brian J. Baby. This is episode 49. And as always, let's get nostalgic.
Rewind the time.